So Pete, looking ahead the next 3 to 5 years in the media landscape, give me some predictions.
Oh, wow. Okay. First, programmatic is here to stay. It will continue to grow. It'll become an ever-increasing piece of the media pie. There will be, of course, the necessary consolidations of the folks that are out there, just like in any vertical, and it'll become the fabric of advertising. Secondly is, I believe, end of 2015 into 2016 becomes, if you will, the year of addressable, finally. Everybody's been talking about it. My first addressable experience was in 1999, if you can believe that, in, of all places, Detroit. So it's coming, finally. There's a gaining momentum, a wave of acceptance that buyers and sellers want to be better prepared to understand the value of their inventory, and addressable is one of the key ways to do that. I think what you'll start to see also is the nature of the business, particularly at the ad agency level now, is a very siloed business. There is a digital team, there are trading desks, there are network buyers, there are spot buyers. At least in the electronic media world, I get the sense that that's going to begin to collapse, that those silos will gradually go away, and this leads to the fourth prediction, and then multi-platform buys will actually be able to relatively easily executed, and it will become the order of the day, that it's not going to necessarily matter where those spots get played, that those spots get played. So it's sort of like if you step back and you look at this whole picture for television. For me, over the next 3 to 5 years, television is no longer an appliance. It has nothing to do with the thing you plug into the wall or your set-top box, because of the way people consume television. So television can be an iPad, television can be a cell phone, television can certainly be the 60-inch screen. It doesn't matter. What matters is that people are watching particular programs, and for advertisers are watching and responding to particular ads. So make them more relevant, make them easy to consume. The buying community will then respond, and the business can really grow from both an ad sales perspective and an ad performance perspective on behalf of the advertisers themselves.
Pete, in terms of metrics for cross-platform measurement, do you see a common metric? Do you see ways of linking all of the current metrics together? Do you see brand new metrics being developed? What are your thoughts?
Well, first off, I think there is a common metric today: impressions. Impressions are impressions are impressions. Now, having said that, that doesn't mean there aren't going to be more interesting ways of evaluating those buys. Look, we started out with Nielsen panels 50 years ago. We ended up now in a world of set-top box data. So there's a huge fundamental shift in the way you analyze just television. As you think about cross-platform, multi-platform opportunities and how folks consume media, how they respond, then I'm sure there will be another way of looking at this in a couple of years, because these things tend to evolve. And this is one of the interesting things that we try to preach here at eMedia Trade. The word revolution, revolutionary, scares the crap out of people. That's hard stuff. Change is tough. We've looked at how things, the slowness of how the valuation techniques have changed over the years. It's begun to accelerate in the last decade, but if you look at the previous 40, 50 years, very slow to change. Now we talk about evolution. Baby steps. Let's crawl, then we'll walk, then we'll run. So we're in between crawl and walk stage right now. We have a lot of very interesting data points. But I think right now, the only common currency, if you will, that you can really sort of compare across these variety of devices are impressions. And I'm certain that there are smarter data folks than me that are going to come up with another interesting way of looking at it, because 5 years ago, nobody talked about impressions in television. They talked about gross rating points, target rating points, and demo rating points. Here we are now, for the first time, talking in a very different language set. And I think that, like everything else, will tend to evolve.
Pete, you've been in the industry for a while. You've seen a lot of changes, going from tape to hard drive, for example. What would you tell a young graduate today?
Television is not going away. Stop saying that. It drives me crazy. because television isn't about a device. It has nothing to do, whether it's OTT stuff, pick your poison. This is the television business, and it's going to stay and it's going to grow. It's not going to go away. Now, people say television dollars are being migrated to digital. No, television dollars are being migrated to another way of consuming television content. It doesn't matter how it's played back or how it's consumed. So get in the business, stay in the business. It's a great business to be in. I've loved it every step of the way for 30 some odd years. And my counsel, my daughter, as a matter of fact, is in a program where she's going to hopefully follow in her dad's footsteps and get involved in this crazy business.